Hi, I am Nicole McGann, resident and real estate agent in South Jersey. Today I'm here with Danielle Kearny. She is the owner of D Motti Photography. So she does everything from engagement shoots to family shoots, so sort of like the whole gamut of life events. She's going to share with us what makes her way of capturing those moments with her clients unique. And then at the end, she's gonna give us tips on what to wear during family photo shoots. And seriously, who doesn't want that when they're trying to make everything look perfect? Thank you, Danielle, for joining me today. We are at the Barclay Farmstead. Great place to do shoots.
I was actually here all weekend shooting. I was here all day Saturday doing mini sessions for the holiday. And then I was here doing a couple sessions yesterday. It's a very popular spot for all of us photographers. You'll always find at least like 3 or 4 photographers roaming around here
on the weekends.
On the weekends,
nice.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah,
this is our busy time of year to do families and portraits and just about everything. So it's a great little spot. There's little like barns and grass area, the bridge, the woods.
Yeah,
a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So it's great. You can get lots of different options all in one place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we love it here. Most photographers come here. And, it's a great space.
So what makes the way you capture moments within a family photo shoot different than possibly another photographer?
So my approach is a little bit more lifestyle. I will pose them like physically, but then I will tell them to kind of, look at each other, laugh, tickle each other, get cuddly, get close, have moments together. So it's more intimate.
Yeah.
It's not just looking at the camera. There's more emotion involved. When you look at the photo, you feel that moment. You can feel the emotion. You can feel what they were feeling at that time. And I really just love to capture that. That's
so much better than just like in my opinion, than like a sterile,
absolutely,
mall shoot, if you will.
So I will do, because most clients do like having that one photo, looking at the camera, smiling. I will do that.
Yeah.
But I just love the more real, raw, emotional moments.
Have you ever gotten into something where like all of your best efforts just weren't happening with the kids, and like how do you manage that?
So
I imagine that happens often.
I always tell people, bring snacks to bribe your kids, or say like, we're going to Starbucks after, we're going to Dunkin' Donuts, ice cream, anything, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't work, and it sometimes doesn't, and they sometimes don't cooperate, and if that's the case, I just kind of walk around after them and follow them and just capture what they're doing in that moment.
Yeah.
I just don't like to force stuff on them if they're not into it.
It's just going to get worse and worse, right?
Yeah. So I just want to capture them doing their thing.
Okay. That makes sense.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah, you probably get some wonderful shoots that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, when I was going through all of your work before this interview, there was somewhere like there was 2 kids just like walking along. That was probably one of those days, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just in the moment. Or I will have them like swing little kids, or do something like throw them up in the air, or anything to make them laugh or get more involved.
Yeah.
Because like action's always good with little kids. They don't want to just sit there and look at the camera.
Right.
So just try to get them involved and make, have fun with it and make it fun for them.
Yeah. So let's talk about some tips, and then we can come back to general stuff. So as parents, as a mom, if I'm getting ready for a photo shoot with you, say I've got 3 kids, which I do, how would you, suggestions, preparations, as far as like clothing, what would you tell is like matchy-matchy good? Like, no. What do you think?
Never matchy-matchy.
There we go! Never matchy-matchy!
Never matchy-matchy. Okay. I always tell my clients, don't show up all wearing white t-shirts and jeans. It doesn't look good. So I always tell my clients that they should wear coordinating colors.
Okay.
Now in the fall, there's always like colors like burgundies, mustard yellows, navies, grays. Those kind of colors always look great with like fall foliage in the background.
Yeah. So you're complementing the background.
So the background and then complementing colors with each other is always good.
Okay.
I love when women wear like long flowy dresses or flowy skirts, because there's a lot of like movement and action you can do with that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Looks great on film.
Good for girls too?
Good for girls, little girls, good for moms.
Okay.
And what else? I mean, just mostly coordinating colors.
Okay.
And patterns are fine. Nothing loud, though. So I would say, like, florals are good, or stripes, polka dots. Nothing crazy. No writing on clothing or anything like that. Okay. Accessories are always great. A little pop of color with a necklace or a headband.
Are you getting all
girls.
this? This is good stuff.
Yeah. I'm giving you guys all the tips for fall photos. Yeah, so just as long as like the colors look good together and they pop against the background, against each other.
Nice.
A little bit of color.
So now I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. How did you get started? Like, have you always been a photographer? How did you get started?
So I went to school and studied film.
Okay.
And
close.
Yeah, I got my degree in film, and I worked at University of Arizona.
Okay,
I used to live in Arizona.
Okay.
So I got my degree out there in film and worked on film for 4 years.
Okay.
I did like a Stephen King film. I did a couple like more B-side films. Worked with some pretty cool people. It was an awesome time in my life. It just was a lot. It was like 18-hour days, just a lot of work.
While you were in Arizona?
While I was in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of production companies from LA would come to Arizona because it was cheaper to do production there.
Okay.
So I did a lot of production work for 4 years. I wanted to get into casting, and then I did a little bit of that. And then after 4 years, I just realized it wasn't like conducive to my lifestyle at the time.
Okay.
So
were you still in Arizona then?
I was still in Arizona. I met my husband out there. And then he moved out here for work, and then I came out here after him. And I would say, like, I started dabbling in photography after we had our first child. That was 2011.
Okay.
So I would take pictures of her, and I just, like, fell in love with it. I've always been into creative stuff. Obviously, I did film, so
visual.
I knew I wanted to do something along those lines. And I just loved photography. I took her pictures all the time. And then I just started doing like friends' babies and friends' family photos, and you know, I didn't charge for a long time.
Well, you have to build your book up, right? Yeah.
Built up my portfolio and learned and made mistakes like we all do.
With the free people.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And just grew from there. I started my business officially in 2014.
Okay.
That's the year I had my second daughter. So I started my business. I started doing weddings a little bit. Didn't really know what I was doing. Made mistakes again. So then I started second shooting a lot for some other photographers and assisting and taking workshops. And I just like threw myself into it big time.
Nice.
And just learned a lot. And learned a lot of lighting techniques for wedding stuff. And just learned a lot about weddings. Still did the family stuff.
Yeah.
Just kind of practiced more and grew, and
something that
here I am.
Something that I noticed in your when I was looking at all of your work is that like I would see a couple in like an engagement photo, and then I would see them like with a baby, you would do like engagement, wedding, and then the baby. I was like, oh, that's so nice, and it's got to be nice to be able to, assuming you like them, of course, but like stay in touch and be there for everything.
It is awesome to go through all the milestones with each family.
Yeah.
I actually had a family here last night, and I did their wedding. And then after their wedding, I did their puppy session. And then I did.
Do you do those often?
I did one yesterday. I did that one, and I did their wedding too last December. So it's kind of a thing, I guess. But I did their puppy session, and I did their maternity session, their first baby session. Now she's pregnant with her second baby. Nice. So I did their maternity session, and it's just awesome to have those returning clients who really value your work and trust you and love what you do and keep coming back.
And I imagine it also allows the photos to just keep getting, they're good, right? But then it probably just, you get this rapport with them and they trust you and they're probably more comfortable with you. Yeah. Even the kids, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. That's great. I love return clients.
Well, of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah. It's the best.
Is there anything else you would like to share? I think so Danielle Kearny, D. Motti Photography.
Check me out.
You can find her on Instagram at
D. Motti Photo.
M-O-T-T-I.
Facebook is D. Motti Photography. So it's D-M-O-T-T-I, then photography.
I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Or my website, which is D. Motti Photography as well.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Cool.
I'm not like all over all the social
I think that's
media,
all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. And you can, more of me at Love South Jersey on Instagram and Love South Jersey Life on Facebook, or just LoveSouthJersey.com. Yeah, so Motti Photography, Love South Jersey. Thanks for watching.
Bye.